The original composers of Sweet Victory have released statements responding to the petition to have the song performed at the Super Bowl. What did they have to say? Let's find out right now. Hello there, you beautiful human. My name is RidersDX and welcome to my channel, where today we're going to be talking even more about the Sweet Victory petition that has been gaining a lot of traction actually. I mean, just when you think the petition is going to die, it just keeps growing and growing and growing, and more people keep asking for it and more news outlets are reporting on it. So this is definitely becoming a little bit interesting, and it's a little bit hard to ignore at this point. I had mentioned in my previous video about this topic that the petitions had reached an accumulated 1 million signatures if you take into account that there are 2 petitions, but now the most popular petition on change.org itself has over 1 million signatures. So now there's really no disputing it. The petition has at least 1 million unique signatures in support of this idea. I know I sound like a broken record, but if you have not signed this petition yet, then please go ahead and sign this petition. It's over 1 million signatures, but now the petition has a new goal of 1.5 million signatures. And really, I would love to see the petition just keep growing and growing and growing, because I know that there's a lot more than 1 million SpongeBob fans out there. So if we have even more SpongeBob fans come together and support this petition, who knows what could happen. It may get to the point where the NFL has no choice but to do something about it, considering all the attention that the petition is still getting even after a month since Steven Hillenburg's death. Now in today's video, I'm going to be talking about this article that I stumbled upon where the 2 original composers of the song have some comments to add about the petition and what they think about it. But before I do that, I just wanted to take a moment to share another piece of fan art that I got on my channel. This one comes from another user in my Discord server. Their name is Lucario, and they drew this really adorable rendition of Metal Duckles. I mean, look at it. It looks like a chow. It's so adorable. So yeah, thank you so much for drawing this. I think Lucario has a YouTube channel, so I'll leave a link to that in the description box below if I find it. Anyway, in the article, which I'll leave a link to in the description box below, David Glenn Esley is the lead vocalist of the song, and he composed the song along with the producer and guitarist Bob Kulick. They wrote Sweet Victory in the late 90s as part of a continuing collaboration that began when they met playing baseball with a group of other rockers. Oh, that's kind of interesting. The SpongeBob producers picked Sweet Victory from a catalog of tunes at Esley and Kulick's music licensor, APM. The next time Esley knew anything about the song was when his young daughter came running out of her bedroom to tell him, "The sponge is singing and it's your voice." Oh, that's gotta be the cutest thing to have happen to you. Like Kulanga, Esley and Kulick are amazed that a song they wrote 20 years ago continues to resonate so widely, and that an online petition has brought it so much renewed attention. Even people who are not fans of the style of music that Dave and I do, if you tell them, they'll say, "I know that song," says Kulick. It's touching a lot of people way beyond what we ever imagined, Esley says. "We owe this kid a big dinner for what's happening now." For those of you who don't know, Kulanga is the person that started the petition. He also had some comments that were written in this article, which I'll go over later. But if we skip to the end of the article, it talks about what Esley and Kulick think are the chances of the NFL actually following up on this request. Esley and Kulick are more optimistic. "I know for a fact that the NFL is aware of what's going on," Esley says. "They've contacted the departments of talent acquisition and stuff like that, and people have been beating on their doors and saying, 'You've got to get these guys to come out and do that song.'" So I think it's a lot to say that Esley and Kulick are both saying that the NFL is aware of what's going on, and that some steps have been taken to sort of explore what this would mean and what would have to be done to get this to happen. So this is really great and encouraging news. You know, I do trust these words coming out from the original composers of the song, because obviously they would have to be a part of the discussions if this song were actually to get performed at the Super Bowl. Like, what is it gonna look like? Are we gonna get an actual live performance of it happening, or are we gonna get like a tribute video playing, or is Maroon 5 gonna be a part of the performance somehow? Like, there's so many different questions situations that we don't know. And in a way, I actually don't want to be spoiled on it. If this is gonna happen, I want to be like completely surprised by it. I want to basically watch the Super Bowl and basically be pushed to tears because I think, you know, just like not expecting this to happen, and then all of a sudden hearing those insane vocals come out of the speakers during the Super Bowl, that would just be like an insanely awesome moment. But if there is news though, then I'm going to continue to keep you all up to date on it, so you don't have to worry. If there's any new developments in this story, then I'm definitely going to make videos about it, so yeah, you can definitely count on me to do that. So on a side note, this article also contains some quotes from the original creator of the petition. Their name is Israel Kolunga, and this guy seems like a really big fan of SpongeBob also, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, you'd have to be a pretty big fan to think of this idea and try to make it actually happen. And these were some quotes that the article had from him. At first I was laughing about it, and I didn't really believe that many people could rally together over a song, but now my mind is completely blown. I'm in awe still, Kolunga 18 tells Pace. The aspiring filmmaker from Portland, Oregon is a SpongeBob devotee who has been watching the program since he was a little kid. It's the one show that truly inspired me to follow my creative intuition and pursue a career in filmmaking, Kolunga says. I wanted to make people laugh the way SpongeBob made me laugh. It's a huge part of my childhood. Later on in the article, Kolunga talks about what he thinks performance should be like. Kolunga envisions Lady Gaga heading a full-on production of the song. I want dancers, I want lines of instruments, I want lasers, I want fire, he says. Still, despite the attention to the ever-increasing number of signatures on the petition, Kolunga is realistic about the likelihood that someone will perform Sweet Victory at the Super Bowl. I don't think there's much of a chance, if I'm being completely honest, he says. I think the idea was there and it's fun to imagine it happening, but Maroon 5 is slated to perform. I agree a little bit more with Kolunga. I think the chances of it are still pretty rare, but the fact that Ezzy and Kulik are a little bit more optimistic and know that this is something that's being discussed makes me feel a lot better, and I think we can comfortably assume that the NFL is at least looking into this. So that's going to be really interesting. I wonder if we're going to get actual confirmation in the next coming months or so. If we do, then I'll definitely let you all know, so please be sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to stay up to date on this news, because this has become like a story that I'm really passionate about and I really want to see happen. So if we get any development at all whatsoever, I'm definitely going to let you all know. Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you all think that this has a really good chance of happening, or do you all think that this is still like a wild dream and the NFL doesn't give a f? So please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, subscribe to my channel if you like videos like these, want to see more in the future, follow me on Twitter at RidersDX, or join my Discord server, the Spongy Garden. And yes, that's everything. Riders is riding out. Bye bye.